This girl is officially 33 years old. Wow, what a freaking big number. I'm sure this version in this picture had no idea of everything that unfolded, of all the versions she let go, of all the old things that she let go. I'm sure she has. She had no idea in this picture. And I hope that she is proud of me. I really hope so. I live to impress her. I live to make her proud. I feel her beating in my heart. I feel her hurt every time I'm hurt. So I try to pour all my love into her, and I hope that she is proud of the person that I am becoming today. 33 years they've been wild. So much changes. I've moved to so many countries. I have left my old job. I have completely ventured into completely unknown territories. So it's been a lot of tests through people, through experiences, through my own shortcomings, my own shadows. It's been a lot of darkness. At the same time, it's been a lot of beauty, a lot of light. I have learned to find the beauty in the darkness. I've learned to find beauty in the mundane and in everyday things, and also in the most beautiful things in life. And with that, I just want to share top 6 things that have shaped the core of me, who I am, and how I will navigate forward over the next decade at least. The very first one is everything in life is incredibly temporary, and I want to stress on that big time. Think about it. Every morning you wake up with a different energy. You wake up with a different version of yourself. Your cells have died. Your new cells are being birthed. We are constantly changing. Our state isn't permanent. How do we expect everything else to be permanent? How do we expect the people in our life to be permanent, the moments in our life to be permanent? Nothing. The essence of us is temporariness. So if everything is temporary, why not live with an open, big heart? And I would stress on that because I personally have experienced this to the core of my being. I have been and reflected back into so many moments in the past, and I always felt bad that I didn't live fully in the present. I was so trapped in my mind, so conscious of everything that was happening around me, that I stopped living in the present, and I never got the same moment back again. The same people never came back. The same energy that I was in, I was not that anymore. Not the same place, not the same country. So everything is so fleeting. Make full use of whatever it is that you have in front of you, of the energy that you share with the soul that's sitting in front of you, of the work that you're doing, of everything in life. Because honestly, the only thing that is permanent is the frequency of love that your soul gets to experience when they truly allow themselves to experience. It's beautiful. It's one of the most magical experiences. At the same time, it's also heartbreaking because the desire for humanness is connection, right? We want a connection, and when you feel the epitome of a deep connection, it gets kind of taken back down, and you realize the temporariness of everything, and it just keeps teaching you to come back to yourself. But it's better to live with an open heart than not live at all, you know. So walk forward with an open heart, because this is the only thing that will stay semi-permanent. Which brings me to the second point: finding comfort in solitude. This one in particular has not been the easiest for me, which is ironic because I spent a huge chunk of my time completely by myself. But I also spend a lot of time up in my mind. So even though if I am alone, I have a tendency of making up scenarios in my mind, and it makes me stay trapped in my mind. So it took a lot of effort and work to get out of it. And also in physical plane, it's been a lot of people have walked in, a lot of people have left, in form of friendships and from partners and from places. A lot of people have completely disappeared off the face of earth from my life. It's insane. And while I'm so grateful for everything that unfolded, at the same time I also understand this, like how much all these people have taught me to keep coming back to myself, to keep finding peace in solitude, and keep asking this question: who am I when no one's watching? Really, truly. What version do I show up as when I'm completely by myself? Am I truly nourishing my soul, or am I just diving into my own misery? So there's been a lot of transition from diving into my own misery to really finding peace in my being, in my soul, through meditation, through personal practices, through art, through truly spending quality time with myself. So yeah, and eventually I've reached a point where I find a lot of peace in solitude, a lot of calmness in solitude, and all these fleeting people, fleeting moments have taught me just that, to keep bringing myself back to myself. The third point: not to take yourself seriously. I feel as artists, there's a tendency to take our work really seriously. When we post whatever work that you create in your mind, like the amount of soul you poured into it and how excited you are, but you don't be received that way, a part of you feels a little sad. Like there's this expectation that, oh, I loved it so much, someone else will also love it just the same. And that's when the seriousness comes in, and that's when the seriousness comes in a form of creating for someone else, not for yourself. So yeah, I had to really make that shift in mindset of being like, no, when I'm creating, I create whatever I want to create. I create in the moment. Once it's out in the world, it's out in the world. I can't control, I can do anything about it. As long as I enjoyed the moment, as long as I enjoyed and not took myself as seriously while I was creating everything. And also the importance of being able to laugh at yourself, be able to laugh at yourself with others, because we're humans, we're silly, we do stupid shit. I do a lot of stupid things all the time, and I want the ability to be able to laugh at myself. So I laugh at myself a lot more. I stopped living in my head as much as I used to before, because gosh, this place is the number one place that can make you take yourself very, very seriously. So yes, take yourself less seriously. Fourth point: devotion is everything. Devotion to your people, devotion to your work, devotion with how you show up for yourself. Pouring in that devotion is the quickest way you can connect with the frequency of love, of your heart, of the energy that is whirling inside of you, that's connected so deeply to your soul. So pouring devotion into everything, because sometimes when we have a tendency of doing something mechanically, robotically, the soul leaves the space. It doesn't have anything else to it. So pour devotion into everything that you do, and feel yourself shift the energy into everything that you do. Fifth point: honoring our roots. It is so important to pause and take a look at what your lineage is all about. What were their spiritual practices? What did they do? How did they spend time with each other? Those are the clues. As I reflect back on the past many years of my life, especially on the spiritual journey, how unknowingly I've been drawn to certain paths, how unknowingly I've been doing certain practices without having any idea that my ancestors also did something similar. It's almost like I was being guided through the darkness. I was like this entire system that's behind me, that's giving me little clues, little hints, little signs, little experiences, being like, yes, you're on the right path. This is what you should be doing. This is your spiritual practice. This is who you should be connecting with deeper. And it blows my mind how much it aligns so perfectly with the energy of your lineage. Only now, as I uncover more and discover more, I realize that, wow, I am naturally doing the things that they did, that they mastered. I'm just picking up on a soul level where they left off. So yeah, look back at your lineage, because trust me, you are not alone. You have a whole guiding force pushing you forward, moving you forward, and in ways that you can't even fathom. So honor your roots, honor your lineage, honor where you came from. because they're constantly guiding you. I wouldn't be here where I am today if it wasn't for their guidance. Really, really, I wouldn't be. So yeah, honor your ancestors. And the last but not the least, the sixth one is trust your intuition. The amount of times I've ignored my intuition, and I always thought, okay, it's probably my shadows, it's probably a wounding I need to work through, they're on the right, I'm on the wrong. I have always found myself to prove that wrong when I found out that what I felt initially was the actual truth. I could have saved so much of my time if I would have just listened to my intuition initially. So I guess you always learn things the hard way, and I learned in this way that, yeah, I'm never ever gonna not trust my intuition ever again, because I know the power in it. I know how much weight it has in the intuitive hits that I get, and I'm just gonna blindly follow it because they've always been right. So yes, please trust your intuition. The first hit, the first nudge that you get, that is usually your answer, not the one that you sit and ponder about for hours and decades. No, it is the first intuitive hit, the first intuitive message. Listen to that. That will help you go a really long way and save you a lot of pain and heartbreak as well. So yeah, these are my top 6 things that have really helped me go a long way. And I'm no master at it yet. Obviously, we're humans. We keep bouncing in and out. But this is like the fundamentals with which my core is going to operate from this point on, from everything that I have experienced, because they were my core lessons. They were what helped and is helping me move forward in life. Some days are not easy. Absolutely, they are not easy. But again, that's the whole point of being human, is to go through it, experience this thing called life, this temporary thing called life, and enjoying every moment, even though part of you does not want to. Oh gosh, the amount of times I forced myself to pause and dance just because I need to celebrate life a little bit and not take it so seriously is insane. And it always does this trick. It shifts the frequency in a heartbeat. But yeah, I hope the things that I've shared today helped you in some way. And if somewhere out there it's your birthday too, happy birthday to you. I have the most amazing, magical year ahead. And yeah, if you liked what you heard, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you in the next video.